Welcome back to My Media Museum and episode 33 of the A to Z categorized 45 RPM vinyl records collection. And we're starting off with a great one here, Orleans, and still the one who can scratch my itch. You're still the one, and I wouldn't switch. ABC used that as their logo thing for at least a couple of years. I remember ABC being still the one. But it's a great song. It's in the Great Dixie Roadblock movie as well. And the B-side here being a song called Siam Sam. Don't know that one at all. But this is a beautiful disc, and I paid 50 cents for it because most of those green labels, those are what I paid. Those are date codes, by the way. So 8/26 of 2006 was when they priced that. Who knows when I bought it? Somebody got it for 25 cents at some point before then. But yeah, all those green tags, when you see them, if you look at them, that's what those numbers are. They're the date, just abbreviated down. So that just tells you when it was taken into the shop, not necessarily when I purchased it. But here we've got Otis Redding, and this is an Atlantic Otis series, so this is clearly a reissue. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. And if I remember right, I think he passed away before this song came out. I think this song came out shortly after his death. And it was a big, big hit, and rightfully so. Sometimes, things sell really well. People have a fascination with death and people's passings. So sometimes things will get really popular shortly after an artist is passing. But that Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, that would have been a big hit no matter what. That's just a great song. And it would have been a hit no matter. B-side that being My Lover's Prayer. And of course, this is an Otis series. It was released long after his passing. But my point was, it came out a couple of months after. Here we've got Paper Lace doing The Night Chicago Died. Do Glory be. It was 1974. And the B-side of that Paper Lace is Can You Get It When You Want It? Okay. Next up, we've got a Partridge Family. If it's on ABC Dunhill Records, believe it. That cracks me up. Like, why? Believe what? All right, the Partridge Family. I think I love you, so what are you so afraid of? Yeah, Partridge Family was great back in the day. Had a thing for Susan Day. Now I'd much rather have the mom. But things change. Our views of things change. Our tastes change. And yeah, Shirley Jones was quite an attractive woman. Especially to me now, but back then I was all about Susan Day. Which, if you're a big Susan Day fan and you haven't already, make sure you check out the movie Looker. That's definitely a great film, and you definitely will enjoy watching it if you're a Susan Day fan. But anyways, the B-side here being Somebody Wants to Love You. All right, now we've got a big chunk here. I would have liked to start an episode with it, but the way it kind of fell, I figured it'd be best just to go ahead and keep it all in sequence. So we've got a bunch of Pat Benetars to run through here. Picture sleeve of her there, off of, I think that was the Crimes of Passion album cover. Yeah, there it is right here on the back. Hit Me With Your Best Shot, Prisoner of Love. Now, I have a bootleg recording of a concert they were doing. I believe it was in Florida. I think it was a Westford One show. But they had a bomb threat, and they had to pause the show. And when they came back, the first song they did was Hit Me With Your Best Shot, and they claimed to have written it in the trailer during their break. I'm not sure if that part of the story is true or not. But you can find that radio show. It's in the bootleg world out there. And that's the story as they told it. Like I said, I don't know if it's true, but it is kind of cool coming back from a bomb threat and playing the first song, Hit Me With Your Best Shot. That's ballsy. But this one here, here it is with this nice metal insert. Those, I've had a lot of problems getting those out without damaging the 45. So a lot of the times when I get these metal inserts, I just leave them. And I've got actually got 3 copies of this, so I'll show you one without the insert here too as well, just so you can get a nice shot of the label without that insert in the picture. And here's the good shot of the Prisoner of Love B-side from that single as well for you without the insert. And then, yes, here's, like I said, another copy. And I know I've got more copies than that because I know there's copies in the mixed boxes. I'm pretty sure I've already filmed Hit Me With Your Best Shot a couple of times. Here's Fire and Ice from the Precious Time album, which was another pretty good album of hers. I definitely like the first 2 the best, no doubt about it. Love that first album. God, I just played that over and over and over. And I remember being really upset because I bought it when it first came out on 8-track. And the tape got damaged, got ate. You know, something happened to destroy the tape on me. So I went down and bought a second copy, and it had a remixed version of the album on there. There was a couple of songs in particular that they, I think, added keyboards to. And I really liked that original version better, the first released version. So I don't know if that applies to the albums or not, because I was really big into 8-tracks at the time. But it would be interesting to know if the very first printings of the albums are a different mix from subsequent printings, because it definitely was the case with the 8-tracks, because I had one. And of course, like I said, it got 8, so I got nothing to prove it. I only have like 1 or 2 of my old 8-tracks still. And I don't have a player at this point in time, so they're basically just for nostalgia's sake. I think I got Queen's The Game, and I've got Scorpions Tokyo tapes. I think that's it. I might have a third one somewhere, who knows, buried in a box somewhere. But there's a nice pretty shot of Pat there for you. Love the blue eye shadows. I was always a fan of the dark blue eye shadow. And Shadows of the Night. We're running with the shadows of the night. I probably don't need to be singing any of hers for you. I'm pretty sure that you know the songs or recognize them, and I'm not going to be doing them justice by no means. B-side here is The Victim, which isn't one that I know as well, even though I know the album. But that one doesn't ring a bell for me, just doesn't pop into my head. We belong together. And the B-side of that one was a song called Suburban King, which is running a big whopping 1 minute and 57 seconds. 1 minute 57 seconds, 1984. And yeah, that one doesn't ring a bell for me either. But I definitely know We Belong. Got that echoey guitar. All right, put your head on my shoulder. Paul Anka whispers in your ear, baby, don't ever leave me alone on the B-side. All right. So next up, we've got Paul Davis, Mr. Paul Davis, 65 Love Affair. I don't know if he's a one-hit wonder or not, but that's the only song of his I'm familiar with, is his 65 Love Affair. And a B-side of that being a song called We're Still Together. I do have 2 copies of that one. They appear to be identical other than slight variances in the coloring, so no real reason to go over that. It still has the same exact B-side. So, next up, we've got Paul Murati. Muriat? Paul something in his orchestra. You can pronounce it, be my guest. Black is black on my baby's back. I've got a couple different versions of that song by a couple different people, but I do believe that Paul did it first. It's a double hit series, so this is a reissue copy of it. Blue is blue, Laura Mar este bleu, which is French for Love is Blue. So they've got it in English and then in French. So for whatever reasons. You're the one that I adore. All right, now we've got a few Paul McCartneys here. And starting off with Jet from Band on the Run. Do-do-do-do-do-do. And the B-side of that was a song called Mamunina, Mamunina, something along those lines. I'm running into some tough ones here today trying to pronounce these things. They can get difficult, especially if you don't know them and aren't aware of them. It's kind of like people's names that aren't pronounced the way they're spelled. It's like, why? All right, 1974, Paul McCartney and Wings brought us Junior's Farm, one of my favorite songs from Wings. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, down to Junior's Farm where I want to lay low. And the B-side to Junior's Farm was Sally G. All right. Next up, we've got Red Rose Speedway. Paul McCartney and Wings doing My Love Does It Best. Whoa, whoa. B-sides The Mess, which is what I just made of My Love. Sorry, Paul. Really, man. Good song. Love you, dude. Didn't mean to intentionally murder your tune there. All right, so here we've got No More Lonely Nights. The S is covered by the price tag. Pretty cool shot of Paul there from Give My Regards to Broad Street. And it's got No More Lonely Nights ballad version, which is the first song on the album. And then side 2 has the No More Lonely Nights playout version, which is the next to the last song on the original album. There was also a dance mix version and an extended version of the song. I have the originally released U.S. version of the 45 with the No More Lonely Nights ballad version on the A side and the playout version on the B side. I guess there was a second of this that swapped the playout version for the dance mix version, and there was an extended version on the re-release of the album. So hope you enjoyed that. Come on back for part 34, please.